fight, trying to see where this life take me, so I roll the dice. Look up to no one else, but yeah, I was shy. I got real power, Hebrew Israelite.
Alright, her body's not fully developed. She's not developed in the spirit. Alright, she don't really know what's going on. She's just coming in and finding out this information, things of that nature. Read on.
What shall we do for our sister in the day when she shall be spoken for?
Meaning, it's a marriage coming. The Lord is finna marry his bride. What we gonna do in that day? The Lord comes back, and guess what? Our sister is not fully developed, married to ready the Lord. What are we gonna do? Read on.
If she be a wall, he will build upon her.
Read that right, read that right.
If she be a wall,
right,
we will build upon her.
We will what?
We will build upon her.
And we're gonna cast her down.
We will build upon her.
We're gonna tell her to go to Islam.
We will build upon her.
We're gonna hide the secrets from her.
We will build upon her.
And the more the sister keep coming out, we're gonna keep building upon her, man.
Right.
We're gonna keep at, right now she a wall. But then we're gonna build a tower. Put little ornaments on there. Deck it out. That's synonymous for every understanding and knowledge that she obtains the more she grows. Read on.
We will build upon her a palace.
A what?
A palace.
Read that again.
A palace.
Hey, we want our sister to be a palace in this thing, man.
Right.
All right? We don't want her to be a old wooden nasty hole in the wall door and a knob kind of shaking off. All right, when you twist it and it's all stains on the door. We want our sister to be a beautiful palace. Read on.
A palace of silver, and if she be a door, we will enclose her with boards of cedar.
Right.
I am a wall, and my breasts like towers.
Right.
Then was I in his eyes as one that found favor.
And we want to get her to be as one that has found favor in the eyes of the Lord when he returns for his marriage. All right, give me Job chapter 15 and give me verse 8. All right, give me Job chapter 15 and 8. So we're not going to hide back anything. Hey, whatever the sister, hey, we're going to feed her spiritually. Right. Give me Isaiah 55 and 1. Read on. This is the book of Job chapter 15 verse 8.
Bring it out.
Hast thou heard the secret of God? Right? We know the secrets of the Most High. Hey, certain brothers, they know in-depth breakdowns of Revelation, second address. They know the precepts. They very well equipped to cast down false doctrine. So have we heard? We know the secrets through the Spirit. Read on. And doest thou restrain wisdom to thyself? As what? And doest thou restrain wisdom to thyself? Hey, you got certain brothers. Hey, they'll tell his sister to keep coming out. But they were holding back the secrets. They were holding back the knowledge. All right? Hey, the sister, hey, she keep coming. We see her every Friday, man. We're going to keep at, we're going to get on her. All right? We're going to build her up.
Right.
We're going to hold her accountable.
Structure part.
We're going to say, okay, hey, sister, have you been reading? Okay, you read Jeremiah. Okay, all praise to the Most High. Did you like it? All right, it was a beautiful, all praise to the Most High. You read the book of Psalms? All right. Oh, you kept your first new moon? Okay, all praises. Here's next. All right, we're not going to hold back. Hey, the sister asked, we're not going to hold back the knowledge from her. Right. This understanding could change. We want her to repent. Right. That's a soul that's saved. And that sins, that's a soul that's been saved from death and sins that has gotten out for us. All right, you an Israelite, sister. You got to repent. Keep the commandments.
Right.
Read on. All right. Hast thou heard the secret of God, and doest thou restrain wisdom to thyself? What knowest thou that we know not? It says what?
What knowest thou that we know not?
And if the sister really in the spirit, she gonna say, what y'all know that I don't know? All right. And you better tell me, man. You better tell me, because I know y'all know some stuff. Y'all gotta let me know in the info. Then we telling her, then she spreading that to somebody else, and it's just train reaction. Read on. What knowest thou that we know not? What understandest thou which is not in us? She's gonna say, what's y'all understanding that? What's y'all understanding on this? that I don't understand. All right, that's how we want our sister to be in this thing. Now, give me that in Proverbs 9:1.
Proverbs chapter 9 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Wisdom hath builded her house.
Right.
She hath hewn out her 7 pillars. She hath killed her beast. She hath mingled her wine. She hath also furnished her table.
So right now, we got on a spiritual level, we got a big table. It's furnished. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet. We have spiritual meat. All right, we have the wine up here, and we have a glass of milk, cold glass of milk. All right, what else we got?
Water.
We got water.
Never thirsty.
All right, we got unleavened. She ain't never had the spiritual bread. All right, and that you eat that bread, you will never be hungry again. All right, manna. It's a lot of things up here that she can kind of pick and choose from. All right, lamb. Read on.
She hath sent forth her maidens. She cried upon the highest places of the city.
Right.
Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither.
It says what?
Let him turn in hither.
See that? Whoever's simple, that's where they gonna come in. They gonna get the understanding, and they gonna eat it up, and they're gonna be filled. And at certain times, you might read a couple chapters, might get a cold cut, a breakdown there, and you're not even physically hungry no more, man. You physically full. All right, and the Most High could do that to you. All right, you done ate so much spiritually, you don't even have an appetite on the physical level. You feel with it. All right, read on. You got a couple minutes for the Bible, sister? Read on.
As for him that wanted understanding, she said to him, come, eat of my bread.
It says what?
Come, eat of my bread.
What do we want our people to do?
Come, eat of my bread.
Hey, we want our people to come eat of this bread, man. We want that sister in the brown, hey, come eat of this bread. All right, we want our sister in the Starbucks, hey, come eat of this bread, man. All right, hey, brothers, come eat of this bread.
Right. Check it out, brother.
Bible. You English? You speak English? No English? Spanish? You give them a Spanish flyer? All right. We want our people to come eat of this bread, man. Read on. Yeah, brother. Come eat of this bread.
What's the name of your account?
The name of our account? Watchman for Israel. Watchman for Israel, Chicago.
Watchman what?
Watchman for Israel.
Watchman for Israel.
Watchmen,
Watchman for
Chicago.
I'll look y'all up. Y'all got a website?
Yeah, we got a flyer for you
Okay.
that you can look at. You know you're an Israelite?
Yeah, I know. I've been in the camp for more than 15 years. I probably can teach y'all something.
Yeah.
I'll look y'all up.
Well, we can all teach, everybody something, All right. Repent and keep the commandments, brother. All right. Hey, sisters. Y'all got a couple minutes for the Bible?
1 minute
Couple
for the
minutes.
Bible. One Bible.
All right. That's right, man. Hey, I've been in the camp for 15 years.
Right. He said he can teach you everything.
Hey, you probably could, man. All right. We don't know. And the Lord said, if any man, thinketh he knoweth something, he deceiveth himself.
Right.
All right. So you might think you know something. Hey, I don't know everything. We don't say it. You got certain people, they DM you. They say, man, you know everything. You're an angel. Hey, I don't know everything, man.
Right.
All right. My knowledge, it's not there. Nevertheless, anybody can learn from anything, man. All right. Each one teach one, as they say. Yeah, you're not even supposed to know everything. You know what Jake would do if he knew everything? You know how prideful he would be? That's why a lot of brothers, they want knowledge. It's everything costs. You just going over there on the cost. Everything costs. With knowledge comes pride. Give me that in 1 Corinthians 8:1. Alright? With knowledge comes pride. And the more knowledge you get, That's the more puffed up in your head you could get. Now you overthrowing yourself with the precepts. Because you know the precepts. Now you just overthrowing yourself. Well, yeah, I know this, and I know I'm gonna do this because this precept say this, but it's off. You're getting big head. You think you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do the first works. You're above certain men. That's off. But that's what comes with a lot of knowledge. Hey, sorrow and grief comes with a lot of knowledge, man. You could be depressed and sad over having high levels of knowledge and understanding. All right, it might be out of it. Brother State might say, hey, you all right, brother? You know, you kind of good? You all good? You say, yeah, kind, yeah, man, I'm all right. All right, that's what the knowledge will do to you. Couple minutes for the Bible, sister. Read this. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 1.
Bring it out.
Now as touching things offered unto idols, we know that we all have knowledge. Knowledge puffeth up. Says what?
Knowledge puffeth up.
Read that again.
Knowledge puffeth up.
The Lord said knowledge puffeth up. So watch yourself or how much knowledge you're trying to obtain. What is your goal to do with that knowledge? What is your intentions with it? Because the Lord said knowledge puffeth up. You get puffed up, the Most High can cast you down. Alright, but with that, we're going to pass it on to the next brother to continue to wake up the lost sheep of the house of Israel. With that, I'm going to say, Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
Death to America.
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 Kwam Yashala.
Let me get Matthew chapter 22, verse 14. Right? Let me get 2nd Ezra chapter 12 and start at verse 42. Right, let me get Matthew first.
It's the book of Matthew chapter 22, verse 14.
Bring it out.
For many are called.
Read it again.
For many are called.
Read it again.
For many are called. But few are chosen.
But what?
But few are chosen.
Right. Many are called, but few are chosen. I think when the brother was teaching, we probably had a good 8 people up here, all at once. That was a good amount of sheep, and they all came at different moments. You get what I'm saying? They came out at different moments. First, you had the one guy on the bike, then the other guy on the bike came, and then the other 2 sisters. They almost made it past that corner, but the Spirit grabbed them up, snatched them up, brought them back over here. And they really, when I spoke to them, they were only supposed to come over here for 1 verse. And then before you know it, they couldn't quench the Spirit. Right? How you doing, sister? Right? You know what we're doing out here? So we're reading the Bible. You believe in the Bible? Okay. Do you know your nationality? That they would call you modern day on a job application or just out in the world, they call you a black woman, West Indies.
Black woman, but I have Native American history as well.
Okay. On your father's side?
On my mother's side.
Mother's side got Native American. What about your father?
Father, nobody really knows my father's side like that, so black.
Okay. Let me get Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 8, right? And let me get Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. We're going to bring out 2 Bible verses that link up directly with your history. The so-called Native Americans and the so-called blacks. Because the so-called Native Americans and blacks, according to the Bible, history, and archaeology, we are God's chosen people.
But I went to Puerto Rico and it felt like home, so I don't know.
That's because the Puerto Ricans, those are your brothers and sisters.
Right.
We're actually all the same nation. All the people you see right here, look at this. So these are the biblical names for our people. These are tribes. These are the modern day terms that we go by. Yes.
My last name is Gaddis, but I'm changing it to Gad.
And the root word of that is Gad. So there you go. So Gad is actually a tribe in the Bible.
Right.
But your nationality is determined by your father because the man carries the seed.
My dad's last name is Gaddis, so I don't know.
Okay, well, let's read this. Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse number 8.
Bring it out.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 8.
Bring it out.
Verse 7. Remember the days of old.
Read it again.
Remember the days of old.
Right.
Consider the years of many generations.
Of what?
Of many generations.
Right. So the Lord, He wants His chosen people to remember the days of old, and he wants you to consider your forefathers and your foremothers, right? Because when I ask you your nationality, you shouldn't have bounced around from Native American, which is two different terms that have nothing to do with your people, savages, in a name that is called after a so-called white man, as well as black. What is black associated with? We just read the definition 5 minutes before you showed up. It's all about being void of light, dirty, evil, right? So why would you associate your nation of people with something that's called dark, evil, dirty, nothing, void of light, when the blacks are actually the greatest people on this planet?
Right.
Right? Let's get Deuteronomy 7:6 and let's read this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15.
Bring it out.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Right, so not hearken, which is like old English, that just means not to listen. So God is saying if we don't listen to keep his commandments, there's certain things that's going to happen to his chosen people, the blacks and Latinos. We don't.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day,
Right.
that all these curses,
All these what?
that all these curses,
All these blessings.
that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right, so if we don't keep God's commandments, if our nation of people didn't serve God, we would go through curses. Not blessings, but it would be bad things that would happen to our people.
Right.
So although you see blacks and Latinos, we're the best at everything that we do, on a spiritual level, on a physical level, and whenever we put our mind to something and really put our effort into anything, we excel over all the other nations. Look at every sport, we excel, right? But if we don't keep God's commandments, we will be at the bottom of society. We're just going to be a laughingstock and a piece of entertainment to these other nations.
Right.
But really, we're supposed to be ruling the world.
Right.
Right? So the reason why we're at a low estate is because we broke God's commandments. That's what that verse says. That's why we're out here to tell our people that we got to repent and keep the commandments. Because keeping the commandments is going to reverse these curses. Read verse 16 real quick.
Verse 16.
Bring it out.
Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
It said that God shows the people they will be cursed in every city in the world. And they will be cursed in the fields. What nation of people out of all the nations that you see on this sign over here is cursed? They're living in poverty in every city in America. They're in the ghettos. They need food stamps and EBT and government assistance. They have single mothers in their houses. There's no fathers. All the fathers are hidden in prison houses. What nation is cursed in every city in the world? Because this curse is only going to fit one nation of people that's supposed to be God's chosen people, if they didn't keep the commandments. Do blacks and Latinos fervently just serve God? And all day they're just talking about, man, I just can't wait to keep the feast assignment. I can't wait to keep the Passover. You probably don't even know what those things are, but that's a part of your heritage. Right? So let's get Sirach chapter 17 and verse 11. We're going to bring out a few more verses for you, and we want you to understand that you are God's chosen people. We are the Israelites. Have you ever heard that we're the Israelites?
Can I say my name?
Yes.
Can I say it with the mic?
My name is Shekinah. Shekinah means power of God manifesting.
Okay.
It
All right.
comes from-
Shekinah.
It derives from the Hebrew language.
Okay, it derives from Hebrew. So we are the Hebrews. Let me get 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 22. Right? And read this. Yep.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 17, verse 11.
Bring it out.
Beside this, he gave them knowledge in the law of life for an inheritance.
Or religion.
For an inheritance.
Right. So the laws of the Bible or the laws of God is actually our heritage. God never gave us a religion. He never gave us just whatever customs that you're thinking of that are of this world. God actually gave us a heritage. A heritage consists of customs, a language, a land, a flag. Because there's no black flag, there's no language called black, and you can't go to a land called black. So technically, being black doesn't come with a heritage. It just comes with being a slave. And an NIGGA, and a thought, and whatever other bywords that they put on our nation of people.
Right.
Right, so let's read this.
Verse 11:22. Yeah, it might be second.
1 Corinthians 11:22.
Bring it out.
What have ye not houses to eat?
Right. 2 Corinthians.
It's the book of
11,
2
22.
Corinthians chapter 11, verse 22.
Bring it out.
Are they Hebrew?
Are they what?
Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites?
Are they what?
Are they Israelites? So am I.
Right. So Paul's saying, hey, are they Hebrews? So am I. So we are Hebrews.
Right.
So you saying your name and saying that that's Hebrew, that's spiritual. And a lot of the slaves, when you look at the slave catalogs, and they actually have all their names, how much they were sold. You can look at these things. They still have slaves, their names, and how much they were sold for, and the dates that they were sold on the internet. And they have a whole list of slaves that have biblical names. Moses, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Hosea. There was actual slaves that had Hebrew names.
Right.
So that's common amongst our people, that you might see a so-called black or Hispanic have a Hebrew name, right? But we are the Israelites, because you have many Hebrews. The so-called white man, he's a Hebrew, but he's a Hebrew Edomite.
Right.
We're a Hebrew of the Hebrews. We're the Hebrew Israelites. We're God's chosen people. Let me get Isaiah chapter 44, verse 1, and go back to Deuteronomy. Right? Deuteronomy and read verse 54. Right?
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse number 54.
Bring it out.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother.
Is what?
His eye shall be evil towards his brother.
Right. So the so-called black and Hispanic and Native American man will be known for having an evil eye towards his brother.
Right.
Will be known for killing each other over nothing, without a cause. You might stare at each other the wrong way. You might be having a bad day. Why? Because we go through so many problems. Really, it's the curses of the Bible that we don't know about, and we're living in poverty. We're always on the edge. Yeah, we're always on the edge. So when somebody even messes with us a little bit, we're ready to kill them. We're ready to die over a pair of shoes, over blocks that we don't even own. So the same people who stole your heritage, they own those blocks, and we're just killing each other all over them, right? So that's a curse, that we will have an evil eye towards each other. These curses will only fit one nation of people. Remember, it's only going to fit the Israelites. Keep reading.
And towards his wife of his bosom.
Right. So the Israelite man, he would even have an evil eye towards his wife. That's why you see our men, we don't treat our women very well.
Right.
We like to whore them out. We like to treat them like they're nothing. We like to treat them like dirty rags, right? We just sleep with them and do one-night stands, but we never marry them, right? We never actually provide or endow them to be a wife, right? So keep reading.
And towards the remnant of his children,
Of his children, which what?
which he shall lead,
No, he's gonna stay.
which he shall lead.
Right. So the so-called black and Hispanic and Native American man will also be known for leaving his children,
Right.
meaning that God's chosen people, for not keeping the commandments, will be known for not having fathers in the household. What nation of people does that fit? Who goes through these curses? You said what?
I guess we do.
Yeah, we do, right? So if we go through the curses, wouldn't that mean that we're the people who broke God's commandments thousands of years ago when he told us not to do it?
Right.
So what should we do now? And we only read 2 curses to you. There's actually way more than that. And it's literally going to break down piece by piece every single problem that our community goes through. And the commandments are the solution to that problem. So with that being said, what do we have to do? We have to keep what? Keep his commandments.
Right.
Let's get Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. This is the last verse. The brother's going to give you a flyer. All we ask is that you look into the information. Because this is your history and this is your heritage, right? You have a God and you have a heritage that links up with your people, right? Keep reading.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13.
Bring it out.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Right, this is the conclusion of the whole matter. Read on.
Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
Right. So that's the whole reason why we stopped you, not just to tell you who you were, according to history, according to the Bible, and what God called you, but if you're an Israelite, you have to fear God and keep his commandments, because that's literally your purpose on the earth.
Right.
So if you didn't know your purpose, if you're trying to figure out what do I gotta do, am I gonna be an artist? Am I going to be a business person? Am I going to do this or do that? First and foremost, God created you to fear him and keep his commandments.
Right.
So that makes everything real simple, right? Now you know your purpose. You know that you're God's chosen people. You have to hold yourself to that standard now, right? So God is watching. The angels are watching. You may never see us again, but God will be watching. All right, sisters, so the brothers can give you a flyer. I don't know who got it. You got it, my class? All right, you got any questions before you walk off?
No. I'm an artist, by the way.
Okay.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
My name is Aharon.
Aharon.
Yeah, Aharon. It's just Aaron, translated in Hebrew, right? So my name is Aharon. We're the servants of the Most High, right? Our congregation is called the Watchmen for Israel. So when you scan the barcode on your phone, there's going to be a bunch of videos that pop up and information. All you got to do is start eating up the word, right? So let's get Isaiah 55:1. You have a good day, sister. All right, God bless you. Right, Isaiah 55:1.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 1.
Bring it out.
Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that hath no money, come ye and buy. Come ye and what? Come ye and buy.
Is that sister doing?
Come ye and buy.
Right, so our people got to come buy the word. She came and she bought the word, eagerly, right? She was a little curious, right? And that's all our people need to do. You just need to kind of humble down a little bit. Sister was humble. She heard a few scriptures, and she wasn't bucking up, right? So all praise to the Most High, and like we read out earlier, many are called, but few are chosen, right? So not everybody is actually going to get this word. Let's bring that out again. Let's get Matthew 22:14, and let's get 2nd Esdras chapter 12 and verse number 42, right? So we're a light in a dark place out here, right? We're in the midst of Babylon, in the midst of Chicago, and if you look around, there ain't nobody out here, and it's definitely ain't no pastors out here, ain't no Jehovah's Witness out here, ain't no any of these religions that these people follow in the masses. They're not out here doing the work like we're doing the work, right? I mean, we're putting it all out there on the line. We're putting it on camera. We came out here with a microphone, right? We're calling people out, right? Calling our people back to repentance. So what more could we do? But there's still always more work to do at the end of the day. So let's read this.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 14.
Bring it out.
For many are called, but few are chosen. But what? But few are chosen.
Read it again.
But few are chosen.
Right. So Lord willing, that sister's chosen. She may be a chosen one. She may go home and look into these words, and she might delight her soul in fatness. Right. So let's read this. 2nd Esdras 12 and 42.
2nd Esdras chapter 12 and verse 42.
Bring it out.
For of all the prophets, thou only art left us as a cluster of the vintage, and as a candle in the dark place.
As a what?
As a candle in the dark place.
Right. And we're like a candle in a dark place. That's literally how we are in Chicago here. All the Israelites that are in Chicago, you're like a candle in a dark place. Right? This place is void of light. This place is full of darkness. Right? Drop that. Let me get Job. Hold on to that. Let me get Job chapter 5 and verse 14. Right? Keep reading.
And as a haven or ship preserved from the tempest, are not the evils which are come to us sufficient? If thou shalt forsake us, how much better had it been for us if we also have been burned in the midst of Zion?
Right. So, hey, you being in a candle in a dark place, it's going to be hard, right? It's going to be real hard. You're going to have, you're going to be a reproach onto your people. You're going to be a reproach onto your family, right? You're not going to always be the light of the party. You're not always going to be around everybody, right? So you being in this truth, you're going to be like a candle in a dark place. The Lord came to divide, right? Let me get Matthew chapter 10 and verse 35. All right, you can drop that, Matthew 10 and 35. Let's get this.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 25.
Bring it out.
I applied my heart to know and to search and to seek out wisdom and the reason of things, and to know the wickedness of folly, even of foolishness and madness. and I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Verse 27, behold, this have I found, said the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account.
Right?
Which yet my soul seeketh, but I found not.
But I what?
But I find not.
Read.
One man among 1,000.
What?
One man among 1,000.
What the Lord say?
One man among 1,000.
What are we?
One man among 1,000.
Read.
Have I found?
Have I what?
Have I found?
Right. And the Lord, he found one among 1,000.
Right.
Right? So you being a candle in a dark place, you're that one man among 1,000. Right? You could literally be that man. That sister could be that sister among 1,000. Right? You could be that brother among 1,000. Because think about the if you were to balance out how many it is of us in this truth compared to how many of the Israelites that's in the world right now. Right? That's just out there lost. Right? But the Most High, he has a certain elect, and not everybody's going to be chosen. Right? You have to be perfected and purified 7 times. Let me get Sirach chapter 44 and verse number 17. Right? Bring out the other verse I called.
This is the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 14.
Bring it out.
They meet with darkness.
They what?
They meet with darkness.
Right. And there's certain people they meet with darkness. Because this land, like I said, is full of darkness. This is a land of darkness.
Right.
Right? So you being a candle in a dark place, there's going to be other people around you that all they're doing is seeking darkness. They enjoy being in the dark. They thrive in it. It's kind of like Batman. It's kind of like Batman, or it's like them scary movies, man.
Right.
Where the bad guy, even like a rat. A rat, it thrives in the dark. But as soon as you turn the lights on, what does the rats do? They scurry. They start running in the cracks and crevices and the holes, and they smell. They're all greasy, right? So they thrive in the darkness. But the children of the light, we have to thrive in the law, statutes, and commandments. We have to thrive in this truth. This is where we were meant to be, right? So you looking back at the world and deciding, hey, you know what I'm saying, that if that looks more fun or not, trust me, it's not more fun. It's not more fun. All right, let's keep reading.
They meet with darkness in the daytime, and grope in the noonday.
And what?
And grope in the noonday.
Right, and just groping in the noonday, right? You take hold of everything that comes your way. Anything that your flesh lusts after, you take it. Woo! Almost crashed over there. Right? Anything that your flesh lusts after, you just take it. Right? You're looking for ants. You're looking for anything to damn please your flesh. Right? Keep reading.
And grope in the noonday, as in the night.
As in the what?
As in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. So the poor have hope, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth.
Right, so the poor has hope. Let me get Lamentations chapter 3 and verse number 21. Let's read this.
Matthew 10 and 32.
Matthew 10 and 35.
Bring it out.
For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
Right, so a man's foe shall be they of his own household. Right? And that's a big obstacle that brothers encounter when they're in this truth, is dealing with the people of your own household. It might be, your children. It could be your mother. For a lot of brothers, it's their wives. I mean, it could be your cousin, your brother, your sister. But a man's foes, they're going to be they of his own household, right? So you remember, the Most High keeps reminding you that this truth isn't going to be easy. But the good thing is that all of these things, that was written for our learning.
Right.
So we get to go in the precepts, we get to break it down, we get to seek counsel. There's so many different ways that the Most High basically gave you to maneuver through this captivity, to where you almost can't make any excuses, right? We got to have faith in these last days, right? So let me get 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7. What else did I call?
Lamentations.
Yeah, let me get Lamentations 3 first, right? So we're hoping for the salvation of Israel, man, right? We're hoping that we get out of here Lord willing, this you being a candle in a dark place isn't going to be for long, right? Think about how much light is going to be in the kingdom. You're not going to have to worry about, walking around and being around this place anymore, right? So let's read this.
It's the book of Lamentations, chapter 3, verse 24. The Lord is my portion, saith my soul. Therefore will I hope in him.
Therefore what?
Therefore will I hope in him.
Right.
The Lord is good unto them that wait for him, to the soul that seeketh him. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord.
Read it again. So it said the Lord, that is good that a man should what?
Hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord.
Right. It's good that you hope and you quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord. Right? So really you having patience in this thing, right? You being patient as a candle in a dark place, you being patient through having your household being your foes. A man's foes shall be there of his own household, right? You going through people separating themselves from you. I mean, you're literally gonna have people separate themselves from your presence, all because you serve the law, statutes, and commandments. Before we got in this truth, we thought that everybody wanted to be good. We thought that everybody wanted to do good and be a good person. And then you come in the truth, you hear the commandments, and you come to find out that people love evil more than good. People love darkness more than they love good. So let's get John chapter 3, verse 19, right? And let's bring this out, 1 Corinthians 5 and 7.
1 Corinthians 5 and verse 7.
Bring it out.
Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump.
2 Corinthians 5 and 7. Select it. 2 Corinthians 5 and 7.
Bring it out,
Right.
bring it out. Bring it out, bring it out.
We walk by
2
faith.
Corinthians chapter 5 and verse number 7.
Bring it out.
For we walk.
Hey, sister, with the silver jacket, come listen to one Bible verse before you go home. Right? We got to repent and keep the commandments. Repent and keep the commandments. Let's read this from the top.
2 Corinthians chapter 5.
Hey, brother, this your second time walking past, brother. Give us one Bible verse real quick. One Bible verse. Let me get Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
I gotta try to make it to Orland Park, man.
Now we good. We're going to bring it out real quick. 30 seconds.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
What?
Hath chosen thee.
What?
Hath chosen thee to be a special people. Be a what? To be a special people unto himself above all people.
Above what?
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Right. So the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we're above all people upon the face of the earth.
Right.
Okay, brother? We're God's chosen people. We got to keep the commandments. We got to keep the commandments so we can get out of America, King. Right? So all praise to the Most High. Let's get Sirach chapter 44 and verse 17. Right? And let's get 2 Corinthians 5 and 7 first.
1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 7. For we walk by faith, not by sight. For we walk by faith, not by sight.
Right, and we walk by faith, not by sight. Right? So although we can't see the things that's coming ahead of us, the Most High laid out certain prophecies, and He's having us measure the times diligently before the day of the Lord comes, seeing that we don't know the day or the hour. Sisters, come listen to one Bible verse.
2 minutes.
One Bible verse for God. For God.
For God.
All right, we got one God-fearing woman. Let me get Proverbs chapter 31 and verse 30. We got one God-fearing woman, right? Proverbs 31 and 30. Sister, you gotta be a leader. Wow, sister, you turn your back on God. You turn your back on God, sister. She could have got the kingdom, but you followed. Let me get Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 10. Right? Let me get Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 10.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 10. My son, if sinners entice thee.
If what?
If sinners entice thee.
What are those, sisters?
If sinners entice thee, consent thou not.
Do what?
Consent thou not.
Now walk away.
Consent thou not.
Turn your back.
Consent thou not.
Right. Consent thou not. If they say, hey, come over here, come to the club, come get drunk, come get, oh, we got the NIGGAs over here, they all over here. You consent thou not, like the Most High said, right? That's what we're supposed to be doing. All right, let's read this.
Proverbs chapter 31 and verse 30.
Bring it out.
Favor is deceitful.
What the Lord say?
Favor is deceitful. And beauty is vain.
Is what?
Is vain.
Is what?
Is vain. But a woman that feareth Yahweh, she shall be praised.
She shall be what?
She shall be praised.
Right. So beauty is vain. So those women getting all dressed up, putting all the makeup on, putting on their best outfits, spending all their paychecks, right? All of that was vanity. All of it was vanity, right? But a woman that fears the Lord, she's going to be praised. So with that, all praise to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. Kum Yashal. Kum Yashal. Kum Yashal.